Outside sex, toilet is another place where your legs is open like this. Bathing, please, if you're bathing, try to, there's some parts that we actually just ignore. The vagina is not supposed to smell like perfume. It's not supposed to smell like some rose petal. It's supposed to smell like vagina. Then take your sponge, wash between your butt cheek. Don't use sponge to scrub the surface of your vagina. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're tuning for the first time, you're so welcome. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So guys, in today's video, we are going to be getting down to a lot of personal things I would like to share with you guys in this video. First of all is that you guys should expect more of this kind of video because girl is here to stay. If you're not female and you're here, please don't go, because personal hygiene is not gender specific. Whether you're male or you're female, hygiene is hygiene. So if you're male, you might want to stick around because you might want to pick one or two things in this video. I'm going to be talking about the things I've incorporated into my personal hygiene. I am very conscious of my body, the way I smell, even people around me. I'm very conscious of smell. And for one awkward reason, I think I have, if there's anyone like having very high sense of smell, like no matter how light or no matter how almost not that deep the smell would be, I am going to perceive it. Over the time, I've believed that I have very high sense of smell. Maybe that's why I am very conscious of how I smell. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my basic personal hygiene things that I do that sometimes it does not even require for you to spend a lot of money. The very first thing I want to talk about is bathing. Okay, I feel like bathing is the highest form of hygiene. Okay, I don't think no matter how much you want to feel like, oh, I clean this way, I clean that way, if you don't thoroughly bathe your body, I don't think you're there yet. Sis, you're not there yet. Okay, let me tell you guys, I don't know the country you live, but I heard that in some country they don't bathe so well. They don't bathe regularly. They can clean up and they are fine. So I can't really speak for every other country, maybe because of the weather. As a woman, you should be able to bathe at least once a day. Okay, again, I don't know the kind of job you do, the kind of places you go to, but no matter how bad it is, at least you'll be able to bathe once a day. One thing I've learned over the time, there is body smell and there's body odor. We are human beings. Everybody have their personal body smell. But when it starts gravitating towards odor, what we see as body odor, then you have a problem. I'm very conscious of how I smell because I sweat a lot. Take your time and actually bathe. When I mean bathe, like literally scrub your skin and breathe very well. There is this sponge I want to show you guys. This is the sponge. This sponge is called exfoliating sponge here on YouTube, but we Nigerians, this is our normal sponge. Okay, make sure you get something like this to be able to scrub your skin. No matter how you bathe just with water, you cannot get your skin to be clean. Let me tell you guys, if you want to know how dirty your skin is, just put, maybe after a stressful day, you want to just bathe with water. But before you start bathing, put some water here, just at the palm, at the back of your hand, and scrub it hard. Then you will see some dirt. If not that, after scrubbing it, try to perceive it. You can actually go and do it right now. Come on, comment down with your experience. So just water cannot save the day. I'm sorry for those that say, I've seen a lot of videos where people talk about how they bathe with just water and all of that. That's your business, sis. But for me, I have to use my sponge to bathe. Talking of bathing, please, if you're bathing, try to, there's some parts that we actually just ignore. Like we don't pay attention to them sometimes, especially when it's just your regular bathing routine. First of all is that the back of your hair, like the back of your ear. Please, if you're bathing, take your sponge like this, put in your finger like this, scrub the back of your ear, please. Scrub the back, scrub the other one. Make sure the back of your ear is scrubbed. I feel like this is one part that we just ignore. Scrub it very well and pour some water to rinse it. Then when you finish, take your sponge again, scrub the back. Like, it's not just like this. No. Take your sponge, scrub the back, like your neck, the nape of your head. Scrub that part of your hair, because most people that are chubby have like fold at the back of their head. So you want to kind of turn your head downward this way. Maybe I'm going to do like a full-time wash bathing routine for you guys one of these days. Take your sponge, wash this back, wash it very well. Then when you finish, take your sponge, scrub your armpits very well. This is bathing. You're not just going to swim and come out. Please raise your two hands and scrub your armpits very well. These are places that smell come out from. Then after that, going towards down, down, down. You know what I'm talking about. Don't use sponge for your vagina. I'm going to call it the name, okay? I'm going to put this video in not for kids, so I'm free to call it the name, the actual name, okay? Don't use sponge to scrub the surface of your vagina because there's going to be soap in your sponge and you don't want some soap to get into your vagina, okay? I see a lot of things, feminine washes and that, but for now, what I believe so much in is using just clean water, a lot of water, and take your time there. Use your hand and, you know, just clean that area. You don't need to kind of dip your hand inside of yourself because the vagina itself cleans itself, okay? So you don't need to like start dipping your hand and doing all that stuff. Clean the vulva, like the surface, clean it up. Then inside of your pussy is going to clean itself. I don't know if that makes sense. So after doing that, get your sponge one more again. Bend yourself over. I don't want to spoil those that are good girls like me, but let's continue. Bend yourself over. Raise one of your, like, open your legs, then bend over. Then take your sponge. Wash between your butt cheek, please. After bathing, yeah. Before you get out of the bathroom and you forget to wash in between your butt cheek. When I mean your butt cheek, I'm going to put a picture of it here so you guys can understand what I'm saying. Just put your hand down there, then try to perceive it. The smell is not nice at all. So you want to take your sponge and wash in between that place very, very, very well. That place is not that sensitive, so you want to use your sponge and just take your hand this way. Just scrub in between your butt cheek. After you finish washing the first one, touch that place. It's your body. Touch it. Perceive it again. Is it giving you some kind of funny smell? Take your sponge again. Wash through that place again. Do it until when you perceive it, it is odorless. Okay? Okay? Do it until you perceive it. When you perceive it, if it is odorless, then you're good to go. The second thing I want to mention is shaving. I know a lot of people are fan of, I don't want to shave, I keep the hair there. That's your business again, because me, I like it bald. I love it bald, okay? I personally, this has nothing to do with anybody, a man or whatever. I love it bald. It's just so easy to keep clean when it is bald. But if you're the type that likes to keep your own, maybe you like to trim it, fine. But what I'm saying is that being bushy is never healthy for anyone, okay? I hear a lot of people on social media talk about, oh, you have to let it grow out sometime, blah, blah, blah. I know, but I rather just trim it down than let it go all out. It looks really not presentable and you're not able to take care of it because those hair there can trap in some infection and you don't even know where you're getting infection from. Talking about shaving, please do what works for you. If waxing works for you, fine. If using shaving stick works for you, fine. I personally, I am not a big fan of waxing. I have gone to do, you know, all this extra cleaning thing for waxing, to do waxing once. I waxed my armpit and down there, and guys, the outer result was beautiful. I love it, but 2 days later that whole place was messy. Like, I had a lot of bumps, I had pains. Even while they were waxing me, I was in pain. It's just that the outer, like, it's going to look good, it's going to look all fresh and all of that, but I didn't feel very well. I did this, I think, last year. I think the second month when I moved to Lagos, that was when I tried it and it didn't go well with me. Shaving stick, I'm sorry, but I use shaving stick. What I do is that I trim down with scissors. I have a particular scissors for that, so I trim down with some scissors. After that, I go in with my shaving stick. Even my armpits down there, I use shaving stick, and I have never, when I mean never, I have never experienced any form of bumps. After shaving, it looks like my normal skin and it look and feels so good. So I stick to shaving stick. Stick to what works for you. This is what works for me. I don't know the idea behind women trying to keep their pubic hair. I don't know the idea behind it, honestly, but it's not something I would ever want to do, okay? There are some times I will feel like, oh, I have shaved so much this past few months, let me try and just let that place rest. So what I do is that I trim it down. That is it. First of all, is that keeping hair in your pubic area, yes, I heard that it helps to protect disease, but then again, it also helps to trap in some infection, especially toilet infections. Speaking about toilet infection, another way you can keep yourself clean, okay, is you don't want to be battling with infection all the time. Make sure you clean your toilet as often as you can. I don't do total house cleaning all the time, but at least 3 times in 7 days, which is 1 week, you should be able to at least deep cleanse your toilet, because this is the place, I feel like the toilet is one place where your private part is more exposed to. Outside sex, toilet is another place where your legs is open like this and the hole is open, so anything can enter. With that being said, I'm here to introduce to you guys. So I have been using this particular Hypo toilet cleaner, and guys, my toilet is usually sparkling white. It helps to eliminate any form of odor. It helps to kill germs, also helps to remove all these funny stains that hang around your toilet. I don't know if you guys can see this clearly, but this is what it looks like. You can't be clean and you're carrying infection up and down. There are a lot of infection out there, even the ones that I have never heard before. I totally recommend this Hypo toilet cleaner. I have tried it, I love it, and you guys might want to try it. Just in case you're wondering where to get this Hypo toilet cleaner, you can get it in any store at all here in Nigeria. This is not your regular toilet cleaner. I want to take a screenshot of this and try it out and come and take me later. This particular one is called Hypo toilet cleaner, and this is what I'm using to clean my toilet. When it comes to personal hygiene, you want to make sure it's not just the outer part of your body. You want to make sure that inside of your body is also sparkling clean, and that has to do with the kind of thing you expose your private part to, like your toilet. You want to make sure that it is clean. I've introduced you to this. Don't say I did not tell you. I did. One thing I want to mention that I've changed my life over the time when it comes to self-cleaning is cleaning. I am not going to lie, I brush my mouth in the morning and in the evening. Sometimes in the afternoon, depending if I eat like food that have like a funny smell, like, you know, if you eat like all this Igbo food, does ogiri, all these things, you might want to brush your mouth. But normally, at least you should be able to brush your mouth in the morning and in the night. When it comes to my toothpaste, I like this particular triple action Colgate. It just keep your mouth fresh for a very long time. And when it comes to mouthwash, there is this particular thing I want to talk about. This, I showed this in my last video, is a tongue scraper, if that's the name. I didn't even check the name, I just scrape off the packaging. But this is what it looks like. After brushing, you take it and wash your tongue. Open your mouth, dip it down your tongue and scrape your tongue. Then when you look at it and you see what comes out from your tongue, sis, you cannot stand it yourself. So make sure you get something like this so you'll be able to scrape your tongue very well. And of course, you need your brush. When you're brushing, I don't know where you're rushing to. When you see some people brush, they look like they are going for civil war. You want to calm down and brush all the side, the upper part of your teeth. Maybe I'm going to do a very detailed video of this self-cleaning things I'm just saying, but you want to make sure you're really brushing inside, outside. Take your time and brush. After brushing the first set, rinse your mouth with water. You can apply some toothpaste, maybe small other toothpaste. Go again the second time. When you finish, then you go with this. And another thing that I use very frequently is my mouth rinse. This I use mostly in the afternoon. Like I mentioned earlier, when I eat food that smell very funny. The only thing I don't like about this is that it's like when you put it in your mouth, it just makes you, the way it feels, it makes you want to throw it out immediately. It has this serious tingling thing that just it just pinches your mouth that you want to throw it up. So what I do most times is that when I pour, like I use this cover as my measurement, I just pour this to my mouth and I try to move my mouth like, you know, that kind of vibe. Like I move my mouth around a lot of times so that it will move the liquid around, because if I just stay still, it's going to be pinching me and I will be forced to throw it out very quickly. So I try to move my mouth about. After that, I go in with water, and yeah, these are the things I have incorporated into my self-hygiene, and it is bomb. When it comes to my body wash, the day I'm doing my skincare, I love products that smell nice, that after bathing, even without applying lotion, my skin is feeling fresh. I use this kind of products, like all this Dove, Olay. I'd mentioned a lot of them in my other video. So you might want to invest more in the kind of product you use to bathe when you're bathing. So that being said, another thing I want to mention is if you want to smell good all through the day, like even days where you're stressed or days where you didn't take all that time to do your body skincare routine and all of that, you just want to make sure that you're not smelling fishy, you're not smelling funny, you're still smelling really good. This is one hack that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. First of all is after you pee as a woman. I'm not going to try to shovel down this particular hack into nobody's throat, but I would definitely ask you to try it out. After you pee, please don't just wear your pants straight up. Don't go ahead and just wear your pants straight up. No, don't do that. First of all is that our body is not built like men. After men pee, they will literally just jiggle. Yeah, fine. But we women, we can't jiggle. I don't know if you can, but I can't jiggle. So no matter how you stay to the toilet, that all the pee will fall out. There's still some pee, some liquid remaining down there in the surface of your pussy that when you put on your pants, it just kind of lap with your pants, and by the time they soak into your pants, they produce one funny smell. And by the time you do that like 3 times in a day, you pee. After pee, you just put on your pants. This water, this remaining pee in your vagina will continue to drop inside your panties. Maybe you're wearing a pants or a tight, it's continuing to drop because when you wear your pants, obviously it stays in the surface of your pussy, and over the time you accumulate a lot of sweat in there, a lot of pee, and there before you know it, it smells very funny. So your best friend when it comes to peeing is wipe. Is going to be your best friend. Tissue, I used to use tissue when I'm in a haste or when I don't have any wipe on me, or maybe I'm out or I'm traveling and it's emergency. But the thing that I have in my house 24/7 is this. Like, I use this particular wipe. Sometimes I buy the Johnson Cousin or this really nice baby wipe. I have this one extra that I kept just in case for emergency. This is one I'll be using. You guys can see it's almost empty, but wipe is something that is usually in my house. I personally recommend baby wipe. I know there are a lot of wipes out there when it comes to cleaning that vagina area, or use this, it does this, but I believe that if baby wipe can be safe for babies, it's also safe for down there. Okay, so I use baby wipe. After I finish peeing, I wipe. If I don't get to bathe during the day, even at night, if I want to bathe, down there still smell fresh. So after you pee, please try to wipe. Okay, don't do that mistake. Last point. So the last point I'm going to be giving this video again is, please, your panties, the kind of underwears you wear. It's not about wearing a designer pants. Are they comfortable enough for your baby down there? Okay, I myself, I'm a very big fan of lace pants. Okay, but before I go ahead buying lace pants like this one that I have here, yeah, I'm going to show you guys. I make sure that here is cotton. I make sure that it has this cotton. Here is cotton. Okay, it's very, very comfortable. It allows her to actually touch that part. Okay, when it comes to the private part, it's always private, so most times it's covered up. So you want to make sure that you wear things that allow her to touch them. So you want to make sure that you wear pants that are very, very comfortable. Secondly is that you don't want to wear pants that are too tight. Okay, it is pants. If you're not going to like beach or something, nobody's seeing it, wear pants that are very comfortable on you. You don't want to wear pants that are extremely too tight, that they tight your vagina area, and it will accumulate a lot of smell. It accumulates a lot of sweat, which can produce this kind of smell you don't want. Do you get? These are very basic things I have incorporated into my lifestyle, and they have helped me. That's all for this video. Please go ahead and give me a thumb up, and also subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.